So in the ancient world, their primal forms once held this much power? Oh damn. The super ancient Pokemon, what terrible strength. But this appearance here, it seems somehow different from Mega Evolution. So it's a different kind of fancy form? It seems my questions will not be answered today. You and me both.
Over the past couple of years, my girlfriend has slowly been making her way through the mainline Pokemon games on her quest to become a Pokemon master.
Yo! Is it Birch? Is it Birch? Welcome to the world of Pokemon! It's Birch!
Of all the Pokemon games she's played, only one ever got the better of her. Gen 3 humbled her in a major way last year, and that loss has haunted her ever since.
I swear this is literally like the old game. Oh my god! We're in the back of the moving truck and he's playing the game on our game.
She's grown a lot as a trainer since then, and I think this is a prime opportunity for a rematch.
Aww, this looks so cool in 3D.
She's got access to the physical special split, infinite TMs, the fairy typing, and even megas. So this month, I'm having her return to the land of too much water, but we'll see if she can make a mega splash in Hoenn Reimagined. This adventure is going to be unique for a lot of reasons, but most notably, it's a rematch. Unlike any of her other playthroughs, this is the first time she's coming in with half a clue what's going on and what to expect. Story-wise, she has a rough idea what the beats are and where adventure is going to take her. That said, this taking place in the 6th generation means that there's plenty of new with the old, so it ought to still set itself apart from her last journey.
The nostalgia, we couldn't not have me in the back of the truck.
Since this is a Nuzlocke, there's also no telling what crazy shenanigans can happen. By the way, did I mention this was a Nuzlocke?
Tarni's notebook is full of adventure rules she jotted down.
As usual, she'll be Nuzlocking her entire journey in set mode. She can only use her first encounter in a new route or area, and a fainted Pokemon is considered gone and must be sentenced to go and live out the rest of its days on a farm in the sky.
I don't need Pokemon yet. Let's go talk to your dad.
So without further ado, it's time for this journey to get started properly. And like all her others, that begins with picking out a starter Pokemon.
Look at how cute they are!
Unlike the others, however, there's zero deliberation here. Mudkip didn't even make it past the 6th gym badge, so in a way, it's just as much of a rematch for him as it is for her.
I think Splash needs some payback.
For 6 generations, my girlfriend has been hyping herself up about completing one of these with 0 casualties, and this might be the best shot she's had in a while. She's got the home field advantage and she already knows Hoenn inside and out from her playthrough and our Soul Link, but that doesn't mean she's immune to the pitfalls gathered throughout the region. I would say she survived worse, but this region literally ended her last time, so she'd better watch her step.
How about a little battle? Let's do it.
There are a lot of encounters to grab here in the early game, and although the typical Poochyena and Wurmple are rather unnotable, she did manage to encounter an old and beloved team member on the way to Petalburg City.
Namek!
Notably about C-Dot, part of what made that encounter cool back in Emerald was that he only had a 1% encounter rate in this spot, whereas in Omega Ruby, he's sitting at a much more reasonable 15%. The reason being that he's the Ruby version exclusive to Sapphire's Lotad. Emerald had both available, but at a much lower rate to compensate.
I like that they're popping up on the screen behind.
The point of me bringing this up was that her original journey was through Emerald, which had several changes and differences compared to the original Ruby and Sapphire. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are faithful to the original two, and although they borrow some things from Emerald here or there, they'll usually lean into being recreations of the originals. This won't make a major difference yet, but since she got a C-Dot encounter, I thought I'd bring it up now.
Hello! Why, if it isn't Tarni. Hi, Dad.
For the time being, it's full steam ahead to Rustboro City for her first gym battle.
Oh! Okay, Marshtomp is really cute in 3D too.
And before that, she decided to grab the surrounding encounters in the area. We're seeing the return of a lot of familiar faces so far in Hoenn, and her team from Emerald is making a comeback beyond just Splash and Nutmeg. She managed to nab another Nincada on the way to Rust Turf Tunnel, and surprise, surprise, she caught a Whismur inside the cave since that's the only thing that can appear in there.
Boombox? 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 Boombox! Getting the gang back together.
Those two unlikely allies made up the core of her strategy last time, but we'll have to see if she can keep them alive long enough for the cicada to spread its wings. Until then, it was time to head back to Rustboro and make light work of Roxanne with her water-type starter.
You look so cool as a little Marshtomp. physical work Splash.
With the first gym badge under her belt and some good momentum at her back, she set her sights on the next target. One of the cooler things about having her play a remake is that she gets to see a familiar world reimagined in a fresh way.
Her gym looks awesome. Look at how cool it looks in 3D.
It's easy to forget the leap in hardware between the original Ruby on the GBA and this remake for the 3DS. Even something as simple as riding the boat with Mr. Briny to get to Dewford Town gets illustrated in a completely new light and renewed excitement.
Look at me go! Yes!
My favorite part was how she expressed the way riding the ship in 3D looked exactly as she was imagining it did back in the original. It's enough to make a grown boy cry, especially considering that she described exactly how I felt playing through Alpha Sapphire for the first time back in 2014. The only difference being that I waited over a decade to see that boat ride come to life.
Thank you, Mr. Briny.
The first and second badges are situated rather closely together because they intend for you to tackle Rusturf Tunnel after the first gym battle. Usually you would defeat Brawly in order to be able to use Flash in the Granite Cave, but since it's a TM instead of an HM in Gen 6, there's really nothing stopping you from doing them in whatever order you want. My girlfriend opted to go in the cave first so she could catch another friend and deliver the letter to Steven.
Is that Groudon?
On her way out of town, she made sure to stop by the second gym and throw Brawly a couple of punches. His Makuhita is usually spooky because it knows bulk up and reversal. A deadly combo since reversal does damage the less health he has. He'll bulk up to raise his attack and defense, making the already scary move more punishing.
He's using bulk up.
Thankfully, he's packing his Ruby moveset, so the scariest thing to contend with is arm thrust.
Good work. Good work, Splash!
Flash continues to prove my girlfriend right for choosing him, and she claims her second badge.
Yeah, I got the badge. Oh, that's a cool looking badge. It's like a little glove.
We've got quite a ways to go before the third badge, because before heading to Maulville, she's got an errand to run in Slateport. This is her first notable encounter with the evil team Magma. She dealt with a couple of thugs in the caves and woods, but this time they're invading the Slateport Museum.
The Royal Unova. Oh, I love this so much.
Unlike in Emerald, where she had to contend with both evil teams, this time she's only got Magma to worry about. What makes this encounter more notable than the other petty crimes in the forest is she has a run-in with her leader, Maxie, who's had a bit of a facelift since his GBA days.
Damn, Maxie.
After dealing with the evil team, it was time to make the push north for her next gym battle. Without a bike, she's stuck taking the lower road underneath the bike path, and she already knows there's a rival battle waiting for her on the way.
Brendan, we meet again. Hey Tarn, this is where you've been.
Flash's one major weakness is to grass, and so far, her rival starter is the main threat she keeps bumping into. She'll be keeping her eyes peeled for something physically defensive that resists grass as she continues north.
He thought I was gonna come waltzing down that patch of grass, and he was gonna hand my ass to me, and I'm like, not today, Brendan. Not today.
It was around this time that I started to pick up on some weirdness in how she was playing. She's got that Gen 3 mindset, but be sure not to forget we're actually in Gen 6. A lot has changed since the GBA days, but old habits die hard. The physical special split has been a thing for the past 3 generations now, but despite the years of girlfriend evolution, vestigial instincts had this habit of creeping up here and there. Notably, self-destruct and explosion are hardly the run-enders they used to be, but that never stopped her from entering fight or flight every time a Weezing or Graveler was on the field.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay, we're good. Sorry, Slugma.
Nutmeg, the now Nuzleaf, is a perfect case study in how times have changed. Being a fast physical attacker saddled with a grass and dark typing was a hard enough life back in his debut generation. Both types were special in Gen 3, making his use cases situational at best. Couple that with the fact that Gen 3 had this problem with really garbage level up move pools, often requiring reliance on TMs or move tutors, which were single use, and it just highlights the pain of getting a solid set going back in the day.
I'm really excited to be able to test out Nutmeg.
Gen 6, by comparison, is a paradise for the C-Dot line, as not only does Nutmeg get a much more fleshed out level up set, but plenty of strong physical dark and grass attacks to complement his base attack stat. Honestly, the infinite TM use is just the icing on the cake.
He gets Leaf Blade! Look at little Nutmeg! His moveset is so good in this one! Nutmeg is growing up!
Anyways, with the rival battle behind her and another returning member added to the team in the form of Sparkplug after an Electrike encounter on the route, she finally made it to Maulville City.
This is so cool! Maulville!
There's the gym badge to nab, but before that she decided to do a little bit of duty-free shopping. I remember we used to call this place Maulville when the remakes first came out, since the entire city's been transformed into a superstore. Aside from paying for Splash to get a massage, she mostly window shopped since she was a little strapped for cash. Probably most important of all her visits was the bike shop, and with it, the return of being able to do wheelies again.
I'm riding my bike in the mall. Can't catch me now. I'm wheeling down the hall.
With all the distractions out of the way, she finally hit up Watson's gym and casually swept him with Splash. Being a ground type gives Splash a massive advantage in this fight, and his immunity to electric attacks turns what's normally a tricky encounter into kind of a joke.
I just one-shot his ace. To be fair, he didn't have sturdy. The other guy had sturdy.
That's more or less the same way she handled him last time though, and now that she's got the bike, she's really starting to pick up some speed.
Found Chimney! Oh, the gondola.
With the third gym badge, she can now use Rock Smash to progress north. Instead of immediately accessing Mount Chimney, she has to go the long way around to Fall Arbor Town first, and then back down through Meteor Falls.
Oh damn, he was hiding. I forgot that the ninjas did that in this one. Do not know explosion.
There's actually a ton of encounters to find here, but she chose to repel most of them and save them for later. Currently, she's running Splash, Nutmeg, Sparkplug, Chai, and Boombox with an HM Slave in the 6th slot. My girlfriend has always struggled with the catching part of these games because they stress her out, and in recent generations, she's opted to just repel the encounters on the first pass and come back to do them all in bulk later with better Pokeballs. Since she was running a pretty decent squad of Pokemon, she wasn't too fussed about catching more. At least not yet.
Oh, this is fun. Oh wait, what if I go like this?
She made her way through Meteor Falls, and then circled back to Mount Chimney, where she had another encounter with Team Magma, and this time an actual battle with Maxie.
You were challenged by Magma leader Maxie.
She was expecting this to be another walk in the park, but he really gave her a headache. He kept hitting Splash with Confuse Ray, and even when he broke through Confusion, Splash kept missing his rock slides. By the end of the fight, she decided it was time to stop leaning so heavily on her Marsh Stomp, or else risk repeating what happened last time she made this mistake. Although that was the overall sentiment, Laharl Gym was a fire one, so may as well let Splash have one last hurrah as the hard carry and grab the badge on her way out of town.
I don't even know what he was gonna do. But even though Splash is very resistant to fire, it still felt very scary.
Flannery's fire types all got water gunned away, and with 4 gym badges, she finally had enough to return to Petalburg and challenge her dad. But before that, it was time to nab up all those other encounters she skipped out on earlier.
I knew Brian was about to run up on me, and I remember last time I was like, do not fight me. I think he's just like, I'm gonna go fight your dad. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'll save us both a lot of time by sparing the details of all the encounters she nabbed, because pretty much all of them ended up boxed and never saw the light of day. That is, all of them but one. In the Fiery Path, she managed to encounter Pokemon that seemed like the perfect answer to her grass weakness. Krakatoa, the Torkoal, is a newcomer to her team, and a Pokemon I don't think she encountered during her last trip to Hoenn. He's a fire type, and being a turtle has a really solid physical defense stat. That's quite frankly a match made in heaven for countering her rival's Grovyle, but Krakatoa has something else going for him that's pretty neat. So for a while now, she's been dragging around Chai because she wanted to try and do a redux of her Cicada sweep strategy from back in Emerald. If you missed that adventure, basically she'd stack up a bunch of stat boosts on Chai and then baton pass them out to a physical attacker like Boombox. This is all good on paper, but the main problem at the moment is that this strategy doesn't come online until she gets baton pass. Gen 3 was really where she learned about stat boosts, and she wanted to build a team that used them again as an homage to her fallen heroes. All of this is a roundabout way of explaining that the wheels started turning in her head when her newly caught Torkoal learned the move Curse.
I like my cursing Krakatoa.
When used by a non-ghost type, Curse raises a Pokemon's attack and defense by 1 stage, but at the cost of them losing 1 stage of speed. It's a move she's all too familiar with from our Gen 2 Soul Link.
Oh, he's doing it again, Terran.
Being a turtle Pokemon, Torkoal already has a pretty low speed stat, meaning setting up a bunch of curses can make him a force to be reckoned with at very little cost. That's the theory at least, but the best way to see it in action is to test it out. And what better guinea pig than her own father?
This looks amazing! Dad, your gym is awesome!
The scariest thing about Norman is his slackings. They have a 670 base stat total, making them more powerful than some of the strongest Pokemon in their weight class. The major trade-off being that the ability Truant makes Slacking unable to move every other turn.
Oh, there it is! Okay.
This was a prime testing ground for my girlfriend's new turtle, since Norman's team is all physical attackers. But the real cherry on top was that Torkoal learned Protect. Protect negates all attack damage, but its accuracy halves each successive turn you use it. So if you've been paying attention, that means Torkoal can protect every other turn to completely negate the Slacking's attacks, and then curse during their truancy.
This turtle is ready. Yup.
This fight was a complete cakewalk, but not the way the others were with Splash. She didn't just muscle her way through things with super effective damage or a type advantage. She exercised a level of mechanical understanding that was only possible because she's fought this battle once before. Knowing how the sloth's abilities work, she built a flawless path to victory.
Tarny wins! Sorry, Dad! A much different Norman fight than last time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, there was the part where Vigoroth encored her into Protect and PP stalled her until she ran out, but she'd already cursed her way to +6 attack and defense by then, so it didn't really matter. Slacking's Retaliate was hitting like a damn squeaky toy.
We're in it, boys!
When Girlfriend is playing, the battle's never going to go all according to plan. That's why you like watching her adventures in the first place. At least I know that's why I do.
I can't believe it. I lost to Tarny? That's my favorite Norman line ever. Possibly my favorite Pokemon line ever. It's in my top 10.
Regardless, this encounter was the closest she's ever come to solving a battle before even sending out her Pokemon, and I'm proud to see that growth come to fruition. Look no further than her decision to give a Chesto Berry to her Torkoal as a held item because she remembered them using Yawn on her all the way back in Emerald. That berry ended up coming in clutch because she ran out of Protect BP and couldn't defend herself from the Yawn.
The strategies!
It's also cool to see that she did this with a Torkoal because I loved Torkoal in the anime and will never forget the way he brought Registeel to its knees in the battle period. Anyways, with Norman beat, we finally have the HM for Surf, which is a powerful tool in the land of too much water, and she has a real score to settle with the next gym leader on her hit list.
I'm back, baby. Slateport missed me.
I'd like to take a moment here while she's backtracking to Maulville to thank our channel members and patrons who were responsible for voting for her to play Omega Ruby this month. It's thanks to our supporters that we're able to continue making these videos for everyone, and we appreciate them so much. Extra special thanks are extended to the Six Wheels, Daniel Rogers, Gizmo, Isaac Vogan, David Webb, Mace, Albino, Gray is Sleepy, Shane Boy, and Cerberus. The vote this month was actually pretty close, so if you'd like to help tip the scales in favor of your favorite game, participate in monthly social events, or have access to the supporter Discord channel, then consider becoming a member. Taryn and I are both exceptionally grateful for anyone who can contribute.
This looks so cool in 3D! Oh! Fuck! Okay, I'm so glad that this is like the water gen because the water is so fun in 3D.
Just like in her previous adventure, she runs into Steven Stone again at crossing into the eastern half of the region.
How you doing, Steven?
Thus far in the story, the deviations from the original have been minor tweaks here and there, but this marks the end of subtlety in those departures.
What are we looking at? What?
This is in large part thanks to none other than Mega Evolution. Yeah, remember that fun little quirk from X and Y? This is reintroduced with an event taking place here with Steven, where the two are approached by a Latios in need of help.
Oh my god! Latios!
She flies them both to the Southern Isle, a location present in Emerald, but only accessible through a limited event.
We get to fly like in the intro! This is amazing! Look at us go!
On the island, they have to fight off some Magma thugs to protect a Latios, who serves as the guardian of the Mega Ring.
Wait, no, Team Magma!
By helping out the Latios, my girlfriend proves herself once again worthy of using the Mega Stones, and along with it, gets a new souped-up member added to her team.
Look, it's trying to offer you its allegiance! Wait! It wants to come with me on my journey!
As if getting handed a Mega Lucario last time wasn't generous enough back in Pokemon X, Omega Ruby says hold my Latios.
Latios, join my team!
Not only is she given a legendary Pokemon for free, but keep in mind that the Latios can Mega Evolve too.
Yeah! The Mega Bracelet is back where it belongs. Thanks, Steven.
So if Winona wasn't in danger before, she'd better start praying for mercy, because aside from being hell-bent on revenge, my girlfriend now had a nuclear option.
Damn, so 4 trees, the place, but I'm coming with a little more firepower than last time.
Of course, on the way up to Fort Tree, there's the whole Weather Institute set piece to deal with. But what do you think happened to those Magma admins? Yeah, they all got luster purged. Not even the surprise rival battle outside on the bridge could make her break a sweat. Not when she's packing a souped-up, Mega-Evolved, dragon-breathing Latios.
You know what? I'll fight him simply because he put enough work into his tree hiding spot.
Jetstream Sam was back with a vengeance, and he had a special grudge against Walreins, a perfect fit for our leading lady.
You're surprisingly good. I'm like, sir, this is a mega legendary. You heard that right.
Upon arrival in Fort Tree, the gym isn't immediately accessible because a Kecleon is blocking the way in. A little forwards on the route, she can have another run-in with Steven, who gives her the Devon Scope in order to clear the obstacle. As an added bonus, he hands over the Mega Stone for the player's starter, which now means that Splash is capable of Mega Evolving as well.
Swampert? What? Oh my god, Splash wants to evolve! He gets to finally be more than a Marshtomp! Oh, I'm so excited! Ah! He looks so cool!
So with 2 Megas in her party, the flying gym was about to be light work. Unlike in Emerald, Winona doesn't even have a Tropius to threaten Splash with a grass move, but nothing can hurt her dragon anyways.
Jestrum's like, I am here.
Revenge is finally served, as the gym leader who haunted her last playthrough is finally put in her place.
Splash, we did it! We did it, dude! We did it! Oh!
As we move into Lily Cove and tackle the next batch of major story beats, I'll take an opportunity to really dig into Mega Evolution. Despite being the series' introduction to the concept, X and Y didn't have all that many Mega encounters to contend with. She was given a Kanto starter and a Lucario who could Mega Evolve, but that was really all she saw of it. The evil team leader and champion were the only ones outside the player character who could even use it in battle. A lot of this gets fixed in the Hoenn remakes, which is why I thought it would be fun for her to take a detour before going on to Gen 7. Not only do they introduce a ton of new Mega forms, but there are plenty of Mega Stones and Pokemon who can Mega Evolve available before the postgame. So many Hoenn Pokemon were given Mega forms, this wasn't as big of an issue as it was in X. Keep in mind, only one Pokemon can Mega Evolve per battle. This meant there was really no point in her having all 3 team members rocking their stones in battle, but that didn't stop her. It was basically first come first serve. Whoever was in the front of the party, well, it was their turn getting to Mega Evolve for the battle.
He looks amazing!
Moving on to Lily Cove, before she can surf further to the east, she needs to meddle with Team Magma's plans. The first of which takes place at the peak of Mount Pyre. Maxie steals the red orb with plans to use it to control Groudon, and the old couple entrust her with the blue one with the hope she can reunite the two.
Whoa! I will keep it safe, I promise. Pinky promise. The most cherished of promises.
That's all well and good, but she almost sold the Price's artifact at the department store like 15 minutes later, so they may have picked the wrong heroine for the job.
I just sell the blue orb.
That would be so funny. You're like strapped for cash and you're just like, I'll just get this.
Regardless, she followed the cronies to Slateport where they stole a submarine from the Devon Corporation during a live press conference. Somewhat questionably, they shouted their area codes as they were sailing away, so my girlfriend promptly looked up the address and followed them to their secret base in Lily Cove.
This is definitely the hideout. The Magma suit is the fruit of the collaboration of Devons and our science technology. So basically, them stealing the Devons and secrets.
Unfortunately, the team's admin slowed her down long enough for them to make an escape.
No!
The silver lining being that the path to Moss Deep City is now clear, and that means the 7th badge is within reach. Tate and Liza are a notorious battle because they're the only double battle in the series. Although, their Levitate Earthquake team was not in the original Ruby and Sapphire, and instead they have a single Lunatone and Solrock. It's a nice opportunity for Nutmeg to shine and put his dark typing to use, especially since the other Pokemon have kind of been getting overshadowed by her Latios the past couple of battles.
So they seriously only had one Pokemon each?
Defeating the 7th gym unlocks Dive, and that means she can go after Team Magma and their submarine.
Tarnie's closing her ears. She's like, it's so loud. I would too. My ears are very sensitive.
But before that, she's got to come to terms with her HM problem. She's running out of space to put all these hidden machines on her Pokemon. The original games had the same problem, and needing Surf, Strength, Rock Smash, Dive, and eventually Waterfall meant that she couldn't comfortably fit everything on a single Pokemon anymore.
Okay, so this is the water that I was like, something seems like I should be able to come over here because this is cool. But then I couldn't actually like get anywhere. I'm like, oh, I need to go in the deep, deep water. And let's dive. Except I don't have anybody with dive. Shit, I forgot. Okay. Let's fly back.
Refusing to turn Splash into an HM slave, she decided she needed to get some extra water on the team, and she found just what she was looking for north of Moss Deep City.
Let's see. Yeah! A Celio! Didn't I have like a little baby Spiel that I named something cute?
I shouldn't have to explain why the girlfriend has such mixed feelings about the Spiel line, but she wanted me to let you all know that just because she was working with the enemy didn't mean she'd forgiven what he'd done to her.
I am making an unlikely alliance. I have very mixed feelings. But Popsicle and I are gonna make a new memory. Damn! My heart rate increased a little bit.
Just seeing it.
Yeah.
Either way, Celio would be her dive user as she sunk beneath the waves to figure out what all the hubbub with the super ancient Pokemon is.
Might not have been the play. This was the absolute worst place to dive. I am trapped. I am the aquarium now.
Everyone keeps referring to Groudon as the super ancient Pokemon, and it got to be so much that super stopped sounding like a real word to my girlfriend.
I love that adding super at the front makes it like mega, mega, mega ancient. Yeah, it's super ancient. It's not just ancient, it's super ancient.
I swear, I came into the office and found her in hysterics, laughing in her chair about the super ancient Pokemon and how super ancient it was.
It's all happening because you were cocky enough to think you could control the super ancient Pokemon's power.
Super ancient. It's not just ancient, it's super ancient.
So after laughing in Maxie's face and delivering him a delicious slice of humble pie, he decides to just go along with his plan anyways? I guess the Pokemon battle was just a formality for him?
So, oh my god. It didn't even matter that I beat him. He's just as like, anyway, I'm gonna still do what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
But there's bigger fish to fry because Groudon has apparently set the atmosphere ablaze.
Whoa! Whoa! He just jumped up! Oh my god! Is he escaping? Is that what sunny day looks like?
The blistering sun throws the natural balance of the world out of whack, and all the adults can think to do is argue about it.
That's part of what's so funny is like he gets to be the dum-dum in his game. And I'm sure Kyogre's surfing on like the greatest wave of all. He's so cool! He's so cool. So I'll be waiting for you in Sootopolis. I'm just left there alone.
You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell happened? What's up, Steven? You missed like everything.
Once the dust settles, my girlfriend's left all alone on the sandbar to figure out where to go next.
Bye. So is that the general direction I need to go? Or is that completely different?
So, is that like a hard Sootopolis? Or like, can I roll in around here?
So as has been hinted throughout the main story, Groudon is capable of a special kind of Mega Evolution called Primal Reversion. And he's headed to Sootopolis City and the Cave of Origin to begin this evolution. At the city, all the major characters meet up and we discuss what the heck we're gonna do.
The blazing sun over Sootopolis is growing even more intense. Soon all of Hoenn will be caught under its withering glare.
Steven reintroduces Wallace, the champion from Emerald and the guy who ended my girlfriend's playthrough. Although she kind of wants to throw hands with him for what he did to her, she agrees to play nice until we can figure out how to get the AC working again.
That is the blue orb. I see. Follow me. Can someone explain, please? I'm so glad I didn't sell it.
So, the plan everyone comes up with is to send my girlfriend, alone, into the Cave of Origins and let her figure all this out for herself.
I will entrust this to you now. It is the fruit of our collaboration with the Devon Corporation. Okay, again, there has been no collaboration. You guys have just stolen from the Devon Corporation.
Rock solid idea.
So they're gonna put a child in an experimental suit? That sounds like a good idea.
Notably, the Cave of Origins was a location you could only enter one time in Emerald, and she was still bitter about missing an encounter in her original Hoenn run because she had repels active and didn't know better. Either way, she made a point to nab an encounter, and frankly, she was lucky that she did.
Maulville! Oh, I fucking love Maulville!
In case anyone was wondering, my girlfriend's favorite typing is Steel. She's been keeping an eye out for a Steel type since the journey began. Not only is Maulville a Steel type, she's been made into a Steel Fairy, which is extra spicy.
I love it. Is it Dark Steel or Steel Dark? Fairy Steel? Oh my god, she's a sweetheart.
For reference, her second favorite typing is Pink, which is what we say because it's a tie between Psychic and Fairy. So as you can imagine, my girlfriend was quite excited to have a Steel and Fairy on the team. I, on the other hand, was mega excited.
Whee! Mawalite! Hell yeah.
We'll have to take a closer look at that encounter later though, because right now we've got a giant continental landmass throwing a fit about 2 floors below us.
Something's going on. Look at me in the lava suit! I look so cool! I have a protective bubble! Groudon is pissed! You can hear a voice from within the magma suit. You must listen. Do not waste even a single second. Okay, I am wasting so many seconds talking to you, Maxie. Leap upon the Groudon's mighty back. Wait, what? Why can't Steven be the one talking in my head? Or Wallace? Why do I have to have a crime lord telling me to jump upon a legendary Pokemon's back? Who thought this was a good idea? I am riding on the back of a Groudon! This is so cool! I love this so much! Wow! I am ready to go. Look at that. He's going primal! This is awesome! Oh, I am both so excited and so scared. Oh, he looks so cool. He's lava-y. That was amazing. This is crazy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you're coming home with me, Groudon. I have a Primal Groudon!
With the simple toss of her Master Ball, the world-ending cataclysms are narrowly avoided.
I quelled the eruption because I caught Groudon.
The people and Pokemon of Hoenn are saved, and the world returns to its natural order.
It's raining sparkles.
As for Primal Groudon, my girlfriend has proven worthy of his power and has been entrusted with the Red Orb so that she can initiate Primal Reversion at will.
Have Groudon hold it, and you should be able to control its Primal Version for at least a short period, such as during a battle? Ah! How convenient!
Seeing the error of their ways, Team Magma and Aqua have learned their lessons and apologized.
They stole 2 ancient stones, a submarine. They awakened an ancient force that was going to take over and destroy the world. And they just gotta go free. What the hell?
Regardless of whether or not they're held accountable, what's important is that my girlfriend can finally return to her league challenge and collecting all 8 gym badges. That means that the ceasefire is getting tossed out because she and Wallace are now mortal enemies. He's the one that delivered the finishing blow to her in Emerald, and those wounds still haven't fully healed.
He is smirking because he knows he took me out last time.
It's especially bad timing for Wallace because she also just acquired a brand new super ancient Pokemon.
You know, we set out from Little Root at the same time, but it seems like you've just been dashing ahead by yourself and leaving me behind. I feel like we're not even on the same level anymore, you know? I'm like, well, I do have both a Latios and a Groudon. Like, I have a Primal Groudon.
Along with her new Primal Pokemon, she's given one of the coolest things ever added into any of these games, in the form of the Aeon Flute.
Oh. Oh my god! This is so cool! I'm not just flying on Latios. I'm flying on Mega Latios. I'm controlling flying on Mega Latios. Oh my god! This is so cool!
This flute eliminates the need to fly by giving her the ability to ride on Jetstream Sam all over the region. Not only can you land on any route or area, but tons of other secrets are accessible from Hoenn's skies. This power really opens up the region, and for my girlfriend, the best part was arguably just flying around on Latios for fun.
High up there. This is so cool to give perspective. This is Maulville. Yeah. And then Slateport. Oh my god. Let's go see my mama. There's a Little Root right there. Oh my god.
Now that she's done soaring around, let's finally go and bully Wallace with our new Groudon. But wait a minute, Wallace is a water type trainer, and Groudon is a ground type. Isn't that an awful matchup? That's exactly what my girlfriend thought. But then I reminded her that she didn't just get a Groudon, she got a Primal Groudon.
Can I Mega Evolve as well? Like, oh Oh my god!
The secret lies in his primal ability, Desolate Land. Desolate Land is like a more potent version of Sunny Day, where the heat gets so intense that it evaporates all the water.
It literally takes away the only thing it's weak to.
When Primal Groudon's weather's on the field, water moves simply don't work. So, my apologies to Wallace for what's about to happen.
Oh shit! Water type attack evaporated. Pidgeot's just like, I mean, you tried.
If I had a nickel for every time Wallace got swept by a super ancient Pokemon on my girlfriend's playthroughs, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice, right?
That Wallace! I mean, if that doesn't say revenge, I don't know what does.
With Wallace done, that's all 8 gym badges collected. That also means she can use Waterfall outside of combat and can finally ascend the falls at Evergrande City. I'm gonna be honest, she's steamrolling pretty hard here, and the end of the game is racing towards us at extreme speed. At this point, unless something completely unexpected happens, I don't see anything slowing her down.
I have all 8 badges! We're going the league.
But when it comes to her, you can always expect the unexpected.
Latios and Groudon can hang out.
You see, my girlfriend has a pretty stacked team with 2 legendaries, both of which have Mega and Primal forms that obliterate most encounters. They helped her get her revenge on this journey, but there's still justice to be served. She had a team of Pokemon that were all champions in her heart that never made it to the Hall of Fame. And with this second chance, she was determined to get them the rest of the way there. So she bid the likes of Jetstream Sam and Pangea thanks and boxed them in order to get the gang back together again.
It promised me that if I ever needed Latios, he would be here. So I was contractually obligated to check to make sure that he could or could not bring him indoors. That's all it was. It was an experiment.
This was a bit of a gutsy play on her part because keep in mind she still had her goal of 0 casualties. It would be much less of a risk with the help of her super ancient Pokemon, but she wanted to bring along the true legends. You gotta respect such a bold play, but time will tell if it was the right decision.
Heracronite. Oh my god, a Mega Heracross. Oh, ow. Ow, 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 my worst nightmare, but also would be so cool to use.
She assembled a familiar team, some old and some new, but all crucial members of her 2 Hoenn journeys. With that, she set forwards into Victory Road for what would be her final challenge. Instead of her rival, Wally's waiting for her at the end of the dungeon with a Mega Gallade. He has a Mega Stone! Which is pretty cool, and it's a good warm-up for the new team.
And he's Mega, oh fuck. Oh, damn. Okay, let's get him out fast.
The team held up, and for the first time in a while, she didn't lose anyone in one of these tunnels.
Go, Splash, go! It was a battle well fought, Wally. I respect you as a trainer.
After finally climbing back up to the steps of the league, she's hungry for battle and ready to rumble. So step through those doors and remind them why revenge is best served cold. She's built a team of 4 solid physical attackers with diverse move coverage.
The Akatsuki has now assembled.
The linchpin of the operation and the most valuable team member is none other than Chai, her beloved stat-boosting cicada. Her opener is a Swords Dance on Chai, followed by a turn of Protect to take advantage of Speed Boost. After the stat boosts, all that's left to do is Baton Pass into one of the aforementioned physical hitters.
Oh! Akatsuki! Look at her go! Damn! She's so cheeky.
Back in Emerald, she only had X-Cloud to pivot to as a physical attacker, since among Splash, she'd lost a lot of her other good Pokemon. But here, the Cicada Sweep is reborn in its true form. Any of her team members can benefit from catching the baton, but due to his diverse moveset and Mega Stone, Splash was easily the favorite.
Really, that's really cool. That was a crit! I did not like that! Oh! I thought so too! My jaw was like, excuse me?
I think the real catharsis of the Elite Four was getting to take out Glacia's Wall Rain.
She just rubbed me the wrong way. She's so snooty. Did you see the freaking...
And I'm glad he didn't even try to use Sheer Cold on her, because I never would have heard the end of it.
Let this scare you. Because that was Sheer Cold. He didn't do any Sheer Colds.
It's a little early to be celebrating though, because she's got one more battle before she can claim the Hoenn crown.
That was so dramatic. Damn. Let it begin. Oh, this is so cool. The league champion. With his badge. We send out Skarmory. Chai's getting revenge.
Ooh, Bug against Flying is a bad matchup. She's gonna switch out, right? Right?
It goes for Aerial Ace, but it's a Bug. Go, Chai, go! Go, Chai, go! Chai, hold on! That was crazy! He held on with one! I really thought he was gonna go for like the Toxic or something. This is for Chai. Chai held on with one! Chai refused. Ooh, the splash of Chai. Ooh. Bye, Cordelli. Which, that was a little spooky because a grass type is what took out the splash last time. Hagron. Splash! Burn! He's doing earthquaking. Play doll. Metagross. A Metagross site. Oh, this is a Mega Metagross. A Mega Gross. We take that. We take that. Damn. Good night, Steven.
That was a splash of Chai.
I beat the champion! I did it! With Splash!
3 generations later, and she can finally say she's a Hoenn champion. With all the adrenaline of those last 5 battles, she actually forgot that she wasn't just a champion, but an undefeated one at that.
I didn't lose anybody! Wait! I finally got my goal! All of my friends made it! I didn't even have to make a farm!
So for the first time ever, she managed to beat a game without losing a single Pokemon.
Oh, look at us go! Yeah, we're racing.
Even though it was a revisit, that's no easy feat, and I'm proud of her.
It's me catching Groudon with Splash. Yeah, I'm like, Splash, go!
Despite being the one that bested her, deep down, she really loves this generation and can't get enough of it.
Come on, let's battle one more time.
Once again, I want to thank our supporters for choosing this as their pick for the month. And as an added thank you, there will be a supercut of her adventure through the Delta episode for 5th wheels and higher added to this month's behind the scenes content reel.
I am so confused. Wait, is that Rayquaza? That's totally Rayquaza. Ah! To be continued. I need to see 3D Rayquaza.
If you're excited for more Pokemon, but can't wait for Girlfriend to finish her next region, then consider joining us over on Twitch. We've got a live Soul Link that we've been working on that might get you your fix until our next playthrough. Oh, the flinch!
The flinch.
The flinch!
Okay.
That did not do enough, though.
Nope.
That did not even do close to enough. The flinch was there, but it wasn't enough.
I have to just do it again. It's like my only option, right?
I guess so, yeah. Maybe he misses with the sand attack or something. You could get lucky. You were so close. He misses! He misses! He misses! Okay, okay. But until then, it's goodbye for now.
Oh my god, he's being chased by the movers! By the flexers!